ICO, we're clear. High side clear. Heading up.
I originally got into working on cars and wrenching, fabricating just by the pure joy of like, oh, how could I change this out and make it faster, or how could I change the suspension out and make it more adaptable for what I want to do? And I think that came from just like the BMX background, changing parts out, trying to dial in your bike to be the best it could be at the skate park, and just that pure passion of creating stuff from like hot rods and bobbers and old choppers and stuff like that was what really drew me into building cars. My family never came from wrenching on cars or having a shop or owning a business. I'm the first in my family to own a business, so like taking this on was stressful. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing every day, you know what I mean? But it's a blessing at the same time, just because like I'm given this opportunity, and I'd rather fail doing that and trying my fucking hardest versus not doing it, you know what I mean?
It's funny with Gabe, I know the truck that he's driving today, he started building like in high school or fresh out of high school, you know, and I'm pretty sure like he learned to stick weld on that truck, you know, so that truck's been through a lot of stages and it is where it is today, and it's proven, you know, so that's one thing I liked about Gabe is like he's done a lot of R&D, he's beaten on his truck, and it's proven. So like that's one thing where Gabe really shines, you know, is you get a lot of these fabrication shops and these guys build their vehicles or do this or do that, but like one thing that separates Gabe from a lot of other people is, you know, he actually is a driver and he's a fabricator, you know, and everything else in between. You know, it takes a lot more than just knowing fabrication. You know, he's, you know, from running the business and the books and, you know, from resources and companies and all that stuff to get the job done. It's not just as simple as knowing how to weld or cut something, you know. So he definitely shines in that area and has a good, you know, broad range of being able to get the job done, you know.
Me personally, I've always loved being the black sheep. I've always embraced it, being that one person that sticks out a little bit more than the other, or the outcast. So at the time, everybody was like, you couldn't build a truck to drift. And that honestly pushed me further. I was like, I'm gonna make this thing be a nasty drift truck. It's gonna react just like a car is. It's gonna be doing everything you could do in a car, but in a truck, you know? So that pushed me harder and harder. The first few years were very sloppy, don't get me wrong, and it took me a lot of dedication and hard work to put in the time to really develop a chassis suspension design that can make this truck handle like a car. And it works great. I love it. I wouldn't even want to drive a car now.
I think the moment for me when I knew Gabe's always been destined for greatness, right? Like he's one of those people that you talk to and you hear how he speaks about what he's doing and you're like, all right, he's going somewhere. The turning point was when he was confident enough to take what he has done and put that onto other people's machinery. The biggest thing for me was watching that switch turn on in his brain of like, man, my shit is so cool that I'm gonna do this for other people. You know, he had a good job. He walked away and he chased his dreams, and now he's building completely one-off vehicles. Gabe's the kind of guy that you could take his recipe, but you could never cook what he cooked. Period. Like it's not enough for discussion, and the industry has noticed that. I'm doing this interview right now for a company that he gets to drive for and I get to ride for, which for a couple of East County kids, I don't think there's a bigger dream than that, right?